Once you have a few videos created, YouTube Analytics is a great place to come to do some research on those videos and to figure out what your next topic and video should be about. Whenever you're building up an audience, you need to create content that people want to watch. This is a very, very important idea. There is, of course, always going to be room for you to create random content and to do some things that, might not be the most popular. However, if you're trying to build an audience, then creating content that builds an audience is important here. And the only way to find out that is to create a bunch of videos and see which ones are performing the best. See which topics are doing the best. And then try to create more content along those lines to start raking in more of those views and more of that audience growth. So the YouTube Analytics tab is easy enough to get to. It's on the left side over here under Analytics. This is the Studio Basic or the beta, the new YouTube Studio that's coming out. By the time you were watching this might not be in beta anymore. It might be fully realized, but this is sort of the next step that YouTube is trying to do, and they're providing us more information than ever to start analyzing our channel. On this main screen right here, what we have is we have the ability to quickly see our watch time, views, and subscribers, and then our estimated revenue as well. And with this, we can try to track some trends and to look at our overall growth compared to maybe the previous month or a previous period. You'll see that right now I have this little growth of maybe a plus 1% of watch time, basically level on views, and a little drop in subscribers. My account sort of does this up and down motion. So if I do growth, it's going to go up and then come down and then come up a little bit higher and come down. And we can actually see this trend. If we back this off to, let's say, 365 days, it'll take a second to load. And you'll see that I have this trend where it's slowly increasing, but it's going up and down to get to that point. And that's the subscribers. The views is a lot more of a sort of determining of this, and this is because people usually watch my channel during weekdays. So the weekend is when it drops off, and then the weekdays start and it comes up. So mine, you kind of have to look at it by going off the tips right here to get to what the average is. And you'll notice that I have a whole bunch of videos here on the bottom that's showing me when I released my most recent videos, and you'll see that there's a little bit of a trend here. If I sort of have a lull, then it sort of levels out right here. And then whenever I started releasing a whole bunch more content, it pushed it all the way up. And then it drops off after Christmas. It always does. We can actually go sort of to the lifetime, and you'll see that it does. But right after Christmas, there's always this drop, this strong drop. And that's because everyone goes on vacation right around Christmas time. A lot of people aren't working and trying to find, the next tutorial. But it's very interesting to see this sort of stuff, and you'll see the views are pretty much similar to the watch time here. Always that drop. There's always a drop right around April. It'll drop down into the summer, and then there's that sort of holiday push, and then it goes down and it goes up. But you can see that there's an overall nice growth here. Now, on the bottom, we can bring this back to the last 28 days. On the bottom here, we can look at the top videos, and it's going to be by watch time, and this is to quickly see what videos are doing the best right now on the channel. And you'll see that Adobe InDesign is doing pretty good with watch time. And that's because it's a very long video. It's about a 35-minute video, and people are watching a good portion of that video. That means I have some very solid content here, and that I should be maybe creating more content based on InDesign. Also, if you highlight over any of these sort of areas here, you're going to get a little pop-up that tells you how to look at that information and use it. So right here you see most watched videos and time period. Over time, this can help you plan programming that takes advantage of seasonal trends. And so we can see that in the last 28 days, we've had a very strong surge in Adobe InDesign. So maybe that's some of the content I should be creating for this time period. Try to release some content to get more views in that realm. Real-time activity, it's going to show you what's been happening in the past 48 hours. Again, this is a little bit more important for like a vlog-based channel to see what your growth is like. However, with my channel that has these cycles all the time, it's kind of hard to see any real good information from this. Overall though, this is the main page of analytics, and through this section we're going to be going over the rest of these pages to figure out how to look at our demographics, how to look at our YouTube videos, and to try to come up with some better topics for the future.